With the announcement of Diablo 4, players are left wondering about the future of the franchise. The hype and the fear are both through the roof. Players have stated the discomfort and rejections towards the last titles of Blizzard. Not that they were doing badly, but I don't know just how many times the fanbase is going to stand these practices. The truth is that this might be the last chance for Blizzard and Diablo as a franchise. We will be looking at the gameplay showcase that was presented during the Microsoft and Bethesda Games 2022. And we are gonna try and figure out if this Diablo game is doomed to fail, or if there is a light of hope in 2023 when it launches. The gameplay itself looks awesome, showing a lot of features that we loved from the previous entries. They introduce it with a very familiar melody, one that represents all of their past triumphs, that music from Tristan. Well, not quite. It is obvious that what they want is to take us into a journey to Nostalgia Land. And if they manage to make us feel with those notes, those sensations of grim and despair, as well as adventure, well, they are on to a good start, as the bar in that regard is extremely high, thanks of course to the master Matt Ullman, which served as a compositor for Diablo 2, one of the best soundtracks in gaming and one of the reasons that Diablo had such a great immersion. Out of the back, we can all agree that the graphics never looked this good, vastly detailed scenarios, lighted on point, and exceptionally fluid animations are something to behold. But the graphics are something that Diablo games never lacked. Well, the main titles at least. Even when they were dated, Diablo's focus was on giving players the sensation of being trapped in a world full of danger, not knowing what to expect in the next room. So the use of very particular sounds and lighting gave those first games a boost that was not present in the games after Diablo 2. They aimed this time around to a more dark and gory environment. Not the cartoonish or stylized art of Diablo 3 that frankly belongs to games like World of Warcraft. And I'm very pleased that that was the decision here. Good job, Blizzard. Now let's talk about the character selection screen. It is without a doubt a Diablo 2 copy pasta. Not that I'm complaining about it, however it is not flowers and rainbows. You see, what made Diablo 2 character selection screen such a massive and recognizable part of the game was not the fact that there were a bunch of heroes surrounding a wood fire, or the absolutely breathtaking animation when they were clicked. No, it was the fact that each character had a story, a background. They were part of an elite guild of warriors, or tribes, or a dark cult, and it shows that in a way they were carefully dressed and presented. So the fact that they were giving the player the choice of customization takes all those precise elements away to serve a more open world game, which Diablo is not. Yes, at the end all of that is not that important, as they will be covered on gear anyway, but if you show somebody this picture, you will immediately tell which character I'm talking about. But hey, maybe I'm being too picky here. It is just that I prefer to play with a character with a backstory, a very specific one, even to the way it is dressed or intended to look. Not my version of the character, it takes away some of the immersion, and also, and more important, it opens the possibility or the certainty that cosmetics will be present, and even though I love games like Doom Eternal, I really don't want a Diablo hero to look like this. Well, maybe some of you would disagree with me in this one, I wanna know what you think. Okay, moving on, they show some of the skills and locations, but there is not much to talk about without playing the game and see if they are gonna balance that skills, or if there is gonna be a piñata of numbers and visual effects covering the whole screen like the endgame of Diablo 3. But I have to give props to Blizzard. Once again, the scenarios look stunning, and the abilities of the heroes look incredible. If everything has this level of details, I think nobody should have a problem with the game. But it is too dangerous to hope with Blizzard nowadays, since they have disappointed us even when they got us convinced that the game was going to be like they presented it in the trailers. They emphasize a lot the fact that the game is going to be cross-platform and community-focused, which is a really good thing. Events and cooperative campaign, little stories within the side quests. I'm all for it, bring all of that. But please do not forget to give us a remarkable campaign instead of favoring the endgame. We have seen just how much replayability Diablo 2 and 3 had, as we had seen various studios go in that direction, to the point that they completely eliminated the campaign. We know that that won't be the case here, but regardless, a mediocre solo experience could also be detrimental to the overall experience. Plus, I'm thrilled to keep on following the story that began back in 1969 with Diablo 1. And now, let's talk about our favorite topic, the monetization system. As you know, Diablo Immortal was disgustingly packed with microtransactions and loot boxes, two of the most hated terms nowadays. If you haven't seen my video on Diablo Immortal and the reality of the video games industry, I suggest you go and check that one out. Okay, we know for a fact that there will be some sort of monetization in place, because why wouldn't they? It is such a secure way to get their hands on our wallet that it is almost impossible to expect otherwise. However, we don't want to see a mobile level of predatory revenue maker systems in place. At least, they need to be subtle about it. Don't go and put 2, 3 or even 4 currencies on the game. Season passes, premium items, exhausting levels of gems and runes that have 1 in a million chances of obtaining it. At the end, that is just transforming the games into whale war games, where only the ones who spend hundreds of thousands of dollars would dominate the PvP arenas and the game itself. If Diablo 4 turns out to be a pay-to-win game, that would be it for the franchise. Even though at the end, Blizzard would win all the money they want, I don't think players would tolerate this once again. But it is a lot to expect. Does Blizzard care at all about it? I guess only time will tell. At the end, all good things are destined to end. We can only hope that Diablo 4 won't be the beginning of the end stage for Blizzard, so we can enjoy the game we love without having to pay for mechanics that should be in our games for free. Well, if you watch until this point, I thank you. Also, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and leave a like. I will be covering the upcoming news of Diablo and Blizzard in general in the future. Thanks again and have a good one.